I mean, look at this, dude. I didn't know Candace Owens was pulling these numbers. 1.3 million views on a stream 3 hours ago.
Guys, I hope everyone has.
I know. Calm down, gents.
Black Queen time.
There's a queen on screen. Relax, sit and listen, as they say, or
What
something.
is happening right now?
I should at first let you know that the Senate has voted and they have passed a bipartisan resolution to designate October 14th, which is Charlie's birthday, as Charlie Kirk Remembrance Day. And I have to say that is a very government maneuver. Like, we get a Martin Luther King Day, we've got Martin Luther King Boulevards, John F. Kennedy gets a library, and first. That's interesting to me. Who killed them? Before we give them a library, I'd like to know who did it. I think that's the best way for us to learn. The best way for us to remember is to study, right? That's what I learned at grade school. That's what we're doing right now. We're studying.
Didn't Candace marry into Danish royalty?
I don't know. I bet the family
Something
wouldn't
like
be too
that.
happy about that.
It's something like that. And then her husband was huge friends with Andrew Tate during all of his cam girl sex trafficking days or something like that. But that's all in the past or something.
You know,
I forget how she squares that with her Christian values, supporting a Muslim pornographer. I forget how that works with her.
Studying this and learning everything. Let's at first address what many people have been emailing me constantly, asking me, can't you gotta look into this? You gotta look into this. Look at these two strange men. We're going to refer to this as cameragate. It is cameragate. And I want to say this, shout out to all of the internet sleuths, the TikTokers, the YouTubers, those of you who are not playing around and you noticed this, because I did not in the beginning. But yes, as I said, there's an individual who is at first, in the moments just after the shooting, he's like up on the rocks near the car that Charlie gets taken away in while he's being carried away. Let's take a look at that footage actually first. Let's look at that footage. And don't worry, there's no gore in this episode. Difficult for me to even look at that sort of footage. Take a look. You can see Charlie's there.
Okay, I'll skip past this real fast. I think
In a little closer. Do you guys have it slow?
I don't know what they care about Cameragate here.
Right there.
So what about this guy is important?
So Candace is just, I think she's grasping at straws for some of this stuff because
Slow it down, or you guys just want to circle here? Okay. Right there. Right there.
So this guy standing up here is suspicious or something?
well, she also said that it was suspicious that the shooter allegedly went to Wendy's like 6 hours after and was just standing in line ordering food.
He had
She's
to
like,
do
well,
the
that's
4 for
suspicious.
4, bro.
Homie needs some nuggies, man.
That's Vintage Warfare's next challenge.
An individual standing there.
No.
Again, I am just amazed at internet sleuths, as I was like, wow, that is very strange. That person appears to be calmly talking into their phone. It's like a circus around them. What's he doing? Who's he speaking to?
That is grasping at straws. Like, listen, like it might be suspicious, but a guy who there's just a shot happened, people are running and scared, and he's calling somebody while standing next to concrete walls. Like, that seems like a pretty safe place to be to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm crazy reading.
I bet he opened
you're
up his
right.
flip phone and said, "Jackpot, we got him." And then
Ladies
Donald
and
Trump
gentlemen.
said, "Good."
Well,
Speak up.
what he signed off with, don't you?
What?
Shalom.
Oh,
Shalom.
no.
Then, just a couple of minutes afterward, that same individual appears alongside another individual, and he moves Charlie's chair. Like, that's a crime scene. That's not good. And he moves it because he wants to stand on it as he takes down the cameras, or the camera rather, that is just above Charlie's head. That's the camera that I'm talking about on the right-hand side. That's a camera that I'm referring to, and we are going to now take a look at him. And he is also the individual, as many of you pointed out, that was near Charlie or just before the assassination. But let's check out that footage of him in the immediate aftermath, kind of switching around the cameras, the two of them. Take a look.
Okay, so this, they're saying, is the same guy, the same camera guy as before. So this guy who's hiding over there on his phone comes back specifically to move this camera.
Safety team is here. I just heard them say active shooter. Charlie Kirk's been shot. Charlie Kirk got hit.
Does that guy have a gun in his hands?
Yeah, so
Yeah, he's
there was a
covering it
bunch
up.
of like his personal security people who all drew guns apparently as soon as this happened. Which I don't know if that's necessarily something that they should have done. But yeah, there's a bunch of just like plainclothes dudes who are obviously part of the security detail.
Safety team's here. I just heard them say active shooter Charlie Kirk has been shot. Charlie Kirk got hit. Is what the security detail just said.
So also, if that guy is part of his entourage, like let's say he is part of Charlie Kirk's entourage, like at some point they do have to take all the equipment down.
Yeah, that's just a dude like, oh man, I gotta.
Or honestly, was that guy grabbing the camera so that they could see the footage on it?
That's what it sounds like to me.
Probably also true, because it's probably a type of camera where you can't actually like get the footage unless you take a card out of it.
Oh, it looks like a standard DSLR. Yeah, it looks like a DSLR. So I don't know if it was hooked up to something or what.
He probably shouldn't be like moving the chair that he was sitting in. That's probably not a good thing at all.
No. But again, if he's part of his entourage, he's just a retard. Like he's a retard, like camera guy or something.
Yeah.
Don't worry, guys. We're going to get closer. This is just a wide shot so you can see what's going on here, and then we'll get a bit closer. I know you guys have pulled apart this footage a million ways, and thank you for that. And here's the closer version of that.
Bro, we're all Monday morning quarterbacking. We all are. Like, that's all we can do. We're looking at secondhand footage, or in this case, third-hand footage of somebody else and trying to theorize, like, I guess, possible additional avenues or reasoning or something else, some more additional information we can pull out after the fact. That's all we're doing here, bro.
You can see, slow down here. He pulls out the chair. He stands on it. And yes, that would be a big no-no for a crime scene. You don't move anything. He takes down the camera that is directly
just a retard.
above
Just a retarded
where Charlie was
employee.
sitting, and would
Now, but also, do they have
be
him
able to
side
provide
by
therefore
side?
a lot of insight. And then you can see he kind of sits the camera onto the desk, and it looks like he removes the SIM card from it, or the SD card, if you will, which we're watching right here.
Candace.
So, are they the same person, though? That's what I need to know. Because listen, if my buddy just got shot and I had a camera pointing at him, I would also want to go look at that footage after the fact, right? I mean, right? Like, wouldn't I want that to try and help figure out where the shot came from, who killed him, what happened, all that sort of stuff? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm devil's advocating here, but
So I'm going when I saw this footage. Who is that? Like, actually, I should be able to figure this out because I've got a pretty big network at Turning Point USA. I'm the person's wearing shades. I'm not recognizing the individual. And I reach out to somebody on the inside and I'm just like, who's this person? And they tell me the person's name. And I go, wait a second. And I look again, I'm like, I know this person. It's been a few years, but I know this person. This person's been around Turning Point for quite some time, for years. Like I said, back when I was working at Turning Point, early days. So I'm like, I'm just going to reach out. Obviously, I know this individual. I'm going to reach out and I'm going to say, hey, what's up with this? Where is this footage? Why did you do this? What were you doing up there on the rocks? What's up? Like, this is not the first thing I would do if I had just witnessed Charlie Kirk being shot. And I'll say this right now. He was extremely forthcoming. Like, as soon as I reached out, I just sent a text because I still had his number, and he was extremely forthcoming, immediately got onto the phone. And first and foremost, I should say, obviously, he's seeing all these clips going viral and he is fearful for his family. He doesn't have any security and people are looking, And he said, look, as you can see in the footage, I was sitting right to the left or to the left of Charlie when Charlie got shot. And I instantly knew that he was not going to be okay. I instantly knew that he was dead. And I then, like, as you can see, people that are running, anybody that was in that zone.
I kind of wish you would cut to the chase and say, like, do you have the footage or no? Like, because that's the only thing I would be concerned with. I was like, yeah, bro, whatever.
Well,
Anyways,
John,
do you have that footage?
This is why you don't make enough money on YouTube. Because you don't
dude,
ramble enough.
1.37 million views 4 hours ago, dude. 4 hours ago on a live stream, dog.
You got to bait people into it. You got to make sure they watch all the way through.
I did not realize that cameragate would be such a moneymaker, quite honestly.
Ran to the back and he caught his breath. He wanted to check in with and communicate to other people that were working with and around Turning Point USA. That's why he's on his phone, communicating to them what had happened. That's what he told me. Then I asked, okay, well, what about this camera thing? Why would you grab the cameras? And he says, because the first thing that I thought is that I better secure the footage and be helpful and hand that footage over to the feds. Well, obviously, that's where things get into a pickle with me because we don't trust the feds, right? I'm like, no, we don't trust the feds. We don't got to do that. Just let me have the footage. I'm like, just send me the footage, please. Let me look at it. There's a lot of conspiracy.
Camera.
Did she say that?
I think she said,
Because
"Why
the
would
first
you
thing that I
rob?"
thought is that I better secure the footage and be helpful and give that footage, hand that footage over to the feds. Well, obviously, that's where things get into a pickle with me because we don't trust the feds, right? I'm like, no, we don't trust the feds. We don't got to do that. Just let me have the footage. I'm like, just send me the footage, please. Let me look at it. There's a lot of conspiracies that are floating around right now. People don't know what to believe. People are doing very, what I would say, credible videos. People that certainly have the credibility are ballistics experts that are saying that what we see in the front.
Are you kidding me? Did she put... Wait, no. No. If she did she put this behind a paywall?
Wait.
No. Think about it. Did she put... This would make that, by definition, a snuff film. If you put that behind a paywall, you have to pay to watch this angle of Charlie Kirk's death, his assassination. If that's true, that's disgusting.
Especially since she is going around saying, "Oh, he was my best friend. We were so close."
That's disgusting.
Ugh.
No way. That can't be real. Please tell me that's not real. If that's true, please tell me that's not actually real.
Front is an exit wound, not an entry wound. I don't know one way or the other because I'm not an expert. I'm getting inundated with messages from people that hunt, people that are in the military saying that this had to have come from another direction. This footage could help. If nothing else, let me help you. Let me formally debunk that by seeing this footage. Like, could you send this footage over to me? Well, he didn't want to send the footage over to me without checking with Turning Point lawyers. I said, look, technically you own the footage. Like you and some other people own the footage. Like, let me just see the footage because why go through lawyers? Like, I just want to see the footage. And also I asked the question, why not just release it? We've already seen the worst thing that you could possibly see from the front, right? Like the front is what is a traumatizing video. And I understand that he wants to afford his wife some protection like this has, to
protection from what? The footage is already out there. So I don't get any of this. Yeah, if you have footage of the event, you should just make it public. I think making it public is the simplest way to dispel all of these rumors and conspiracy theories. And I don't even say that in a negative way, but I just mean like putting out all the information publicly is the best way to be able to people to come to a consensus, right? Because if the FBI like pulls all the footage offline, right, or tries to, that makes it way more suspicious if they're withholding things rather than just putting it out. Well, you say you can't put it up on YouTube, but you can just blur the blood and put it up on YouTube. The videos are up on YouTube. You can put it on X for free. Guarantee you, for free.
Experienced that, Erica, so many people watching the love of your life in the last second of their life. It's traumatizing. I'm traumatized by it, right? That's not my husband, the father of my children. And so out of a loyalty to Erica, he also doesn't want to give more footage to the internet. But I said, look, I'm not going to publish it. I just want to see it. And I think you should let me see that because people trust me. They know that I'm very serious about this. I don't care about anything right now other than figuring out who killed Charlie Kirk. So in the short run, he agrees that rather than send the footage, he will get onto a FaceTime call with me and he will show me the footage on his computer. He did that, and I watched the footage, and I'm going to tell you what I saw. And to the people specifically, the people that are in the military, people that know weapons, I'm telling you this because you might be able to add more color or more clarity here. What you would expect to see if given the weapon that they have said did this, the bullet they have said did this. I don't know anything about any of this, so I'm just telling you what I saw. Okay. First and foremost, there was nothing gory about this shot at all. And so again,
Wait, so somebody held up their phone on a FaceTime with you and was like, look, like you see that? That's the video I have. So you watched like some phone recording or screen recording of the actual footage?
I am still going to work with him to get me the footage so that I think it should be shared. There's nothing gory about this footage from the back. The thing that really stood out to me, and I just kept asking him to replay it over and over and over again, is that there's no blood. There's no blood from the back. There is no blood. So I think a lot of people were wondering whether or not that bullet pierced and went out the back. I think I vaguely even remember, and Skylar, you can maybe live look this up. But like I thought the feds were saying they were looking for a bullet at some point, which is now very alarming to me. I don't understand that. How could they have been looking for a bullet? Because if I'm not seeing, and there isn't, I'm telling you, what happens in the front is not what happens in the back at all. If I'm not seeing any blood, what are we to take from that?
That's what she said.
The only thing that could make sense, if what they're saying is true, and that person took the shot from the place that they're saying that individual took the shot from, it would suggest that it was inside of Charlie, right? And they would know that. The Fed would have known that. So they would have communicated that they were never looking for a bullet. Because remember, one shot. So I'm very confused. I'm very confused, not by what I saw, but what I didn't see. Okay? That's pretty much.
Okay, she's saying a lot, but not saying much at all. And she's making me more confused now than when I was 15 minutes ago.
all I can tell you right now. And I'm going to try to get all of the footage. And I understand that right now he is very fearful.
Why would he be fearful about releasing footage that has already been seen by everybody? Unless you're purporting or trying to infer that this footage is different. It shows the real angle, and it doesn't show what all the other footage does. That's the only reason to be afraid, because if it just shows exactly what everything else shows, like, why would somebody be fearful of releasing that footage? Why? Why would somebody be afraid to release footage? Unless you're trying to hype up this cameragate release so you can get another, 200,000 people watching you live or something like that.
But I'm going to continue to try to privately push him to just release it. I believe that transparency is the only way. I'm much more, I think all of us would agree, I have much more trust in the people than I do in the feds. The feds are lying about everything, so they should not be the only people that have access to this. And I understand not wanting to have that relived from another angle, but given the fact that there is no gore and there is no blood from this angle, I don't see why not.
On the internet. Like,
and so that's what I wanted to share with you guys. I know some of you guys were insinuating. I got a lot of emails that it could have been a flechette. I had to look that up. I don't even know what that is. I was like, guys, I don't know anything. Flechette shells, that something could have been a lot closer that hit him, and that everything else could have been a distraction. All I can tell you is that there's no blood. That's it. There is no blood in that video. So give me your thoughts on that. Now I want to get to another tip that I received that is pretty interesting because, look, as you guys know, when I began investigating this.
All right. So
she said literally nothing.
It took 14 minutes to be like, listen, guys, there was a guy who worked for Charlie that took a camera and took footage, and I can't show it to you guys. Like, that's it. That was 15 minutes worth of... Darn, okay. I gotta take like an hour to do my introductions. I feel like that would be more helpful.
Yeah, you just got
repealed
baited.
the 19th immediately. Yeah, unbelievable.